This one is the Mammoth, a prehistoric 4-meter animal. It is extremely giant. And this one, inside this huge aquarium, is the Megalodon, which is 18 meters tall. And I will recreate these 5 crazy mobs here in Minecraft, starting with the first, the easiest, and one of the most well-known, which is the saber-toothed cat. And I will transform it into this jaguarundi because both are extremely fast. If I put it in survival mode, it runs away. Okay, to start transforming the jaguarundi and the saber-toothed cat, we will begin by erasing all these parts of it because I will create something much better from scratch. So I will add a paw here, another part on top, a piece in front, larger on top, and now I will paint it with this color here. After that, I add some details here for the feet, move this here to the back side, another one to the other side, and one in front. Now I add a part of the body here, a larger one in the front, and one like this. After that, I finish with an even larger one. I will add a part for the head here, another part, and a detail on top to make a sort of 3D eye. Now I add an ear on this side and one on the right side. Having done that, I add a part here on top for the nose, a part here at the bottom for another part of the mouth, some details, and the saber-tooth is finished. The saber-tooth may look strong, but if we take it, for example, to this biome right next to it, it starts to catch fire and dies right there. That's because it only survives in cold environments. Therefore, in this entire area, I will create the biomes for our character from today's video. So the main blocks I will use are these here to make the biome. That's exactly how I will build its base. I added these blocks and made this little place here as you can see it being built. So now that it's finished, I placed a skull here to symbolize it as a dangerous animal. And I will also write on this plaque, Danger, Saber-tooth. And now I will take a red color and paint here like this, and his habitat is ready. We will spawn 2 of them here inside, and the names I will give to the subscribers are Emilio Alvarez and Esterortis HB8XS. I have a very cool announcement to make for you guys. If you want a chance to participate in the video and also get Minecraft for free, keep watching the video because I will explain how soon. The next on our list will be the Dodo, and I will transform the Dodo into this chicken here, like this. Now I have the chicken inside the program, and what am I going to start doing? I will paint it all gray like this. So now that I've done that, I will add a piece of a leg here, another smaller one, a smaller part, and one more here, like this, to make the Dodo's leg this way. Now, I will paint this part with this color, duplicate it to the other side, and then I will slightly increase the size of the chicken to the side. After that, I will make a wing here like this, and now here like this. I will add a small detail to make its head, so I will add it rotated like this, and here I will add the detail of its head like this. Done. Now that we are doing this, let's add some texturing details. And guys, now in Minecraft, when you spawn a chicken, the Dodo will appear. And look how it turned out. I will spawn 2 dodos because something very cool happens. If we break some plants here to get a seed and give this leaf to this one and another to this one, they will reproduce. It spawns its offspring, which is much smaller, and it also came out a little darker than its parents. Let's take a look. Yes, you can see that its shade is a little different, but it's very funny because it has tiny little arms. And the cool part is that every time I attack the dodo, it attacks me back. Look at this. It gives me a little peck and applies nausea for 2 seconds. But anyway, go make the habitat for our dodo. So now I will show you how I made the habitat. I started by adding a base for the ground, then I added some trees, some details, and built up some layers. It turned out more or less like this. I put some snow inside, and also some flowers, some lanterns to decorate the whole area. And the cool thing is that we can go directly from the saber-tooth base to the dodo. That turned out amazing. So let's spawn a dodo inside here and see how the place looks now with the texturing mod. Wow, this turned out really cool. It deserves a 9 out of 10 too. I just won't give it a 10 because even crazier mobs are coming in this video. And well, the name I'm going to give to this subscriber is Caroline Moreira, and you will be Dzon B9P. And that's it. And remember, I told you that you can get Minecraft for free by watching the channel. So the more people comment and like the videos, the more chances they have to participate. And I can see here who commented the most. So if you always watch the videos until the end, you'll have a chance to win. I will be releasing Minecraft for you guys at the end of this month. So far, the person who commented the most this month is Allay's Journey with 126 comments. And while you can take advantage of these 2 habitats to leave a comment, I just want to note that you found the Dodo Pro and also the Saber-tooth. So now that the Dodo is done, let's move on to the next one, which is the Caveman, and it's going to be really cool to do this inside Minecraft. So I could be transforming the Caveman into a villager, but he's not aggressive and doesn't cause any damage to us. and I want to do it on an aggressive mob, so I will look for a pillager outpost. So guys, I am now arriving at the pillager outpost. And what we are going to transform is the pillager itself, which will look very cool because just imagine the caveman attacking like a pillager. This will look very good, but let's go ahead and do this transformation in the program. Well, I am here with the pillager, and the first thing we will do is paint this part of his face with this beige color. So, we will paint this upper part and also the lower part. So, I will finish painting everything here and show you how it turned out. Now, I have just finished painting everything, and what we will do is remove this little part of the eye. Now, we will add a brown eyebrow. And now that I have done that, I will slightly reduce the size of his nose so it doesn't look too big. Yes, more or less like this, like that. Having done that, I will move this eyebrow and this eye slightly upward. I think it will look better and give us more space to work with. So, now we will do the following. We will paint this entire arm part with the same brown color and also the foot area. And now, here in this part, I want to make it look like a jumpsuit that cavemen used. So, I will paint everything on the side here, filling it in neatly. The same on the back and also on the other side. Having done that, I will erase this part to make it look like his clothes are torn. So I just tore this part of the clothes, and after doing that, I will add those black dots he has. So add them here like this, on the back, and also on the left side. Now that we have done that, I will add 2 cubes here, because we will make his beard. So I will finish filling it in like this. I'm going to take and erase this part here because I'm going to make kind of a mouth. Since he's a caveman, I'll make his posture a little more crooked, more or less like this. Now I've finished all of him, I just need to add some painting details for his hair. And guys, I added some texturing details, and the caveman is 100% ready. I added this stick for him to hold. Now, I will do the following. I will throw this hand up here and this part back here to make him hold the stick for his walking animation. Then, I throw one leg forward, the other back, and one arm back. I go to the second keyframe, move this forward, this back, move this arm forward, copy everything, and paste, basically like this. So, well, he will walk more or less like this. And look, I can already see him in front. Oh wait, this is attacking me. It looks like he's shooting an arrow. Damn, this looks very strange because, after all, look, it's the pillager. So he's attacking with a stick and an arrow. I think I should have made a spear, but his model turned out really cool. And look at him coming at us, how it is. Oh man, let me dodge here. Dear Lord, calm down. They are quite strong. He's leaving me with low health. So good. Eat another fish to recover our health. And damn, he finished me, but well, he turned out extremely awesome. I give it a 10. And what grade would you give? Remember to comment there so you can compete for Minecraft. You can comment as many times as you want, you just have to watch the entire video. So now here in front, where we've already made the Saber-tooth habitat and Dodo's habitat, I'll go to the back where, since he's a caveman, I'll make a cave just for him. So I'll do the following. I'll open a hole here like this so we can make our caveman's cave. I roughly leveled it here, and the hole for his house will look something like this. Now I'll take and paint everything inside with blocks, creating a somewhat random texture. Around here, I'll fill everything with stone, take some fence blocks and place them around to look like the cave's pillars holding it open. I'll put a campfire in the middle, some wood to serve as the benches where they'll sit, add a peeled wood inside to detail the cave, and finally, I'll add some details, smoothing out the surroundings a bit and adding small decorative touches. I'll show you how it looks once it's done. So, guys, the place will look like this. I was going to add a few more details, but I think it would be too decorated and wouldn't make much sense since the theme is Neanderthal. They are an older kind of people, right? So, let's spawn one here and another one as well, and look how creepy it looks if you have a shadow mod. Imagine us coming from here and arriving at the cave with these 2 Neanderthals. That's scary, but good. The name I'm going to give this caveman is Benjamin Pooley, and you will be Alejandro Monroy. And remember, comment for a chance to participate and also to be entered into the Minecraft contest. The next thing we're going to do is one of the most well-known prehistoric animals, the mammoth. So, let's go to the program to make the Ravager on the mammoth. Now I'm here with the Ravager on the show, and what I'm going to do is paint it all brown. Now I'm going to throw this head up, remove this nose, and here on this part, I'll add something like its tusks. So I'll add it like this, move it forward, and stretch the size once more. Now, I'm gonna make the tomb that it has. So I'll take this, shrink this cube very much, duplicate it again, place it like this, then a smaller one, a little smaller, and increase the size again. Now, the mammoth is starting to appear. After that, I'll add an eye with black detail like this. Now, I'll duplicate a cube on top. I'll place it like this, increase it a little, and now I'll work on its legs. So I'll add like this, increase it a little, add some detail to the foot, and after some adjustments, its design is ready. I'll just add some texturing details. Our mammoth is done. Guys, here in front, we can already see the mammoth. I just won't put it in survival mode, because it's the Revenger, and whether I want to or not, it will attack me. Look at how he's walking. He turned out very cute. And the cool thing is that we can also ride on the mammoth, so look how crazy I look walking with it. Damn, this thing turned out huge. Comment if you'd like to ride a mammoth too. So for the mammoth, I will put it to live here along with the pillager. So let's spawn it here, and the name I will give to this subscriber will be Magna Isabel Barrientos. But before we move on to the next one, if the mob you like the most is the mammoth, leave your like on the video. And the last on our list will be the Megalodon. So let's go down here where there's a river in front of us to find a character to transform. And down here, we have a tiny fish. I will transform this harmless little fish into a Megalodon. So to keep the video from being too long, I will just narrate how I made the Megalodon. I started by adding its head, then made some teeth and fins, some on the front and some on the back, added its tail, and kept detailing the texturing. And guys, now that the tropical fish has been transformed, if we look in the sea, it's full of them. But of course, I won't leave it this size. Yes, this size. Look at how big this Megalodon is. What would you do if you found this animal here in Minecraft? Well, and how did it become so giant? Wow, it spawned another one. And since it became so giant, its habitat also has to be gigantic. That's why I built this super mega huge aquarium for us to put it inside. So let's do a test now to see if it fits. Let's spawn the tropical fish, and yes, the size fits perfectly, and all 3 or 4 of them can even fit. Let me see. Yes, it fits a lot. 3 of these creatures. I might have exaggerated a little with the size, huh? Well, I just want only one of these Megalodons to survive, so I will name it Leo GG U4V, and we have completed the transformation of all characters here in Minecraft. In this video, I'm going to upgrade even more mobs into their ultimate versions. That means giving a complete makeover to mobs like the squid, or even the spider. And to make this challenge a bit more fun, we've got 5 different colors laid out in front of us, each one representing a level of difficulty, from the easiest green to the most challenging red. So we're starting with the green level. It's going to be the adorable little Axolotl. Let's jump into the editing program. All right, I'm here with the Axolotl model, and the very first step is to remove these 4 stubby legs. After that, I'll delete this section here, also take off its tail for now to make room for our upgrades. Now I'm adding a fresh new part from scratch, resizing it a bit, and using it to build a new tail from blocks, giving it that 3D depth and custom style. I'll also duplicate these shapes, add some tiny fins to the sides, and throw in extra pieces just to make the whole thing look a little more complex and awesome. Then it's time to add an arm to the side, scale it down, and rotate it so it fits perfectly. I'm also creating a claw for the hand, and I'll copy that to both sides and even to the back, so he's got a cool symmetrical design. Now I'm adding some texture pieces right here along the side of the body, and things are already starting to look way better than the original version. Next up are the eyes. I'll take the old eye, duplicate it, scale it up, and make it pop out more. Then I'll paint it purple to give it a bright standout color, perfect for our cartoon-style mob. For the mouth and head, I'm getting rid of this front part of the face, adding a new cube on top and another underneath to form the new mouth. I'll make it a little bigger and adjust the angle so it looks more like a smiling lizard. Then I'll create some tiny black cubes for the nostrils and mirror them to the other side. Above that, I'll toss in a big pink eyebrow that makes him look kind of worried, just for fun. I'll also reshape the mouth so it still feels like the original Axolotl, just more expressive. Lastly, I'll grab more of those little pieces, move them to the top of his head, and mirror them too. Now he looks super cool. And with that, the transformation is complete. But how does it actually look inside Minecraft? We've just arrived in a lush cave biome, and look at what's waiting for us. There he is, our newly upgraded Axolotl, and just look at the size of this guy. He's way bigger and packed with awesome little details. It's honestly kind of adorable. There is one small problem though. Let's see if I can find a normal Axolotl around here. Yup, there's one. And just like I thought, mine is all pink, since that's the color I used while designing it in the editor. But the thing is, I don't really know how to make him switch colors like the normal ones do in the game. Still, no big deal. That's something I can always fix later with a bit of editing behind the scenes. Anyway, this little guy definitely deserves a solid 8 out of 10. He turned out super cute. Now I've got a water bucket in my hand, so check this out. I can actually pick him up and take him with me. Yup, There he goes, right inside the bucket. And I don't want to leave him here in this polluted world full of oil and weird stuff everywhere. So let's go ahead and build him his very own custom biome, a perfect place for him to live in peace. I've got a special world ready to go, one that I used in 2 other transformation videos. One where I turned mobs into epic mutants, and another where I turned items into custom mobs. Both of those videos turned out really fun, so I'll leave one of them at the end of this one in case you want to check it out. Now let's make some space here in this world to create our new habitat. I'll start by marking off an area, laying down some terrain, placing flowers and azalea bushes around the edges, and decorating with some moss and bone meal. I'll even add underwater decorations to really make the whole thing come alive. Now all I have to do is drop in 3 axolotls like this, and it's done. The habitat is ready to go, and I'm also giving it an 8 out of 10. It's cozy, colorful, and the perfect home for our axolotl buddy. Now that that's finished, let's move on to the yellow difficulty level, and this time, it's the pig's turn. Whoa, I've never upgraded this animal before in any of my other videos, so this is going to be a brand new experience. I'm already here in the savanna biome, and just ahead of us is our little pig friend, the one we're going to transform into something epic. So, what's the plan? I'm going to turn this guy into a boss-style mob inspired by Thor, Ragnarok. It's gonna be crazy. Let's head back into the editing program and get started right away. This is the pig that we currently have here in the program, so what am I going to do now? I'm going to remove these eyes from it for now. Then I'll move this head over to the side like this. Once that's done, now I'm going to grab and move the body to the side too, since I'll use it later, and I'll just leave his little foot right here like this. Now I'll rotate this foot in this direction. Once that's done, I'll add a cube already rotated right up here, a larger one here for the heel, and another big one for the knee, and I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to add a brownish pants detail here, like if it were made of leather, then add a piece for his body, another one over here, one in the middle, and one on this side, which is going to be a belt. Once that's done, I'll add some rope details for the belt like this, and also a golden accent right here. Now I'm going to grab this body, shrink it down, and place it right up here. I duplicate this part, then I come here, shrink it a lot like this, and add a chunk of fat here like this. Now for this head right here, here's what I'm going to do. I want to make it very slanted, so I'm going to open it up like if it were a hole here so I can build his head in 3D later. So for that, I'll have to build it in this open shape like this. So yeah, it's going to look like this. Now that the head is open, I'll add a kind of shape to create the eye right here on the left side. I'll fill in all the borders around here like this to improve the face, and here where there's this part, I'll build it more in 3D, adding details this way and on this other side too. I'll now place that snout and make the 3D nose detail like this, using cubes this way. Now I'm going to come here and add more at the bottom too, making an eyebrow on the left side, another one on the right, and here I'll do a little shaping to make an ear. I'll finish it off by placing a block like this, select the whole thing, and duplicate it to the other side. Once that's done, I'll take a black color and paint over the eye right here like this. Now I'll add some red shading around it so it looks angrier, so now his eyes will look like this. And right here where there's no color, I'll paint it in red, like this. Now, I'm gonna make some teeth on the top and also on the bottom. Add one snout for the nose and another one on the other side. Now that we've finished building his whole body, let's move on to the arms. So I add one arm piece here, another larger part here, and repeat the exact same thing on the other side. Once that's done, I'm going to add an axe right here for him. I'll put some ropes over here, and on this side, I'll add something like a wild boar tusk, and I'll tear the shirt here a bit and add a bracelet on like this. And to finish everything off, I'll just add a gold chain around here like this. And this right here is the new pig we've got now in this improved Minecraft. And just look at the size of this thing. Whoa, imagine if you came across this and it turned out to be a Minecraft boss or something like that. I don't even know. But yeah, as we can see, if we attack him, he doesn't really do anything because he's just a pig, to the point where we can't even hit him from the top. We have to hit him from the bottom. But even so, he's an absolutely incredible mob. Just look at this. If you guys want, I can give him some powers and make a video testing how these new mobs turned out in Minecraft, in a special just for that. But yeah, this guy right here definitely deserves a 10 out of 10. Because he looks absolutely fantastic. Just imagine this one being the new king of the Nether, or I don't know, maybe here in the overworld, a super pig that activates when you trigger a special function. So yeah, let's go and take him with us, and let's build a special habitat for him too. Now I'm going to start raising a platform so we can build kind of his land, and I'll use these basalt blocks right here like this. Now here, I'll add some texture so we can build his ground like this. Then with these mud blocks, I'll lower them slightly into the ground. I'm going to place some bone meals here. I'll also add a small detail in this corner just to make a little decoration like this. Then, I'll add some bamboo blocks like this. Place some blocks that look like they're corrupting the land. Place some glowstones to light up the path, and now I believe it's 100% finished. So let's place him right here inside. Now then, just before we continue, to make sure the characters don't disappear, I'm going to give the name of a subscriber. And the name of the subscriber I'm going to put here is Ana Maria Maya. And for you, I'll use the name Gianfranco. You're going to be called Tijari because they're subscribers who have been watching the channel a lot. And before we move on to the next thing, I just want to explain how you can show up in a video too. It's super easy. I'll be giving priority to those of you who watch these 2 videos that are appearing on the screen right now because whoever watches the channel a lot deserves to appear. So all you'll have to do is watch this video, leave a comment here, and also on those 2 other videos you've watched. Alright, so now that the pig is already done, the next one will be the spider. Oh man, I have arachnophobia, so doing this here isn't going to be very nice. Well, I'll spawn a spider here, and as you can see, I don't know if you already knew this, but if we don't attack the spider during the day, she doesn't deal any damage to us. So yeah, let's go over to the program because I really don't want a super strong and aggressive spider right next to me. Okay, I've already got the spider here, and what we're going to do first is remove this eye detail like this, because I'm going to add a circle right here like this and place it here just like that. Now I'll grab and move another one over here, shrink it down so we can start making the 8 eyes that a spider has, duplicate it to the other side and keep going like that. So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go ahead and add a smaller one right on top here like this. And now I'll select all of this right here, increase the texture size, and paint all these eyes red. Once that's done, now I'll duplicate a cube over to this side, shrink it down a lot, and place it over here like this to make the fangs that the spider has. Now I'll duplicate this part to the other side too. With that done, I'll take this black color and paint the entire spider all over. Now I'll pick a gradient texture, shrink it way down, grab a light color, and drag it across here like this so we can add some textured detail. You can see it ends up looking really cool like this. Now I'm going to shrink the size of this spider a little, move her over here like this because I want to give her a rounder head. After that, right underneath, I'll add another little part down here like this and paint this part brown. Now for the back section of the spider, I'm going to go ahead and paint everything brown back here. I'll add a few more details, then I'll show you what this part looks like. All done. And here's how her body turned out. I made it chunkier like this, kind of like she's got a fat round end in the back. And now I'm going to go ahead and add all the legs and duplicate them over to the other side, and our spider is finished. Yep, unfortunately. Let's go see how it turned out in game. Guys, and here's the spider. I'm going to go ahead and update the game. I'm scared because I really don't like spiders, but okay, leave a like so I can update this because in 3, 2, 1, whoa, dang! Look at what happened to the spider, my goodness. Now she actually looks like a tarantula. Look at this. I added this whole spiky effect on her legs. She looks super creepy now, even twitching her little legs like she's having involuntary movements. Yeah, unfortunately, I have no choice but to give this spider a 10 out of 10. Well, I also made an attacking animation, so I'm gonna try hitting her. I just hope she doesn't come over and, well, oh man, she's charging at me. Good thing I didn't add any powers to her yet, so she can't shoot any webs. But if you guys really want, I can give her powers and make a video recreating my worst fears in Minecraft. You can comment ideas there if you want. Wait, what was that? Look at that. She jumps right at us. Dude, this thing turned out seriously scary. If I give her some powers, it's going to be awesome. But, okay, let's bring her along now because I want to build a habitat. I really don't want to leave this thing loose in my world. I've already built the whole outer base, and now I'm adding in all the details so we can make her full habitat. So, I made this part right here, and now I'm going to add some webs all around because, you know, since it's a spider, it has to have webs everywhere, like the place was abandoned. I'll add some old cobblestone blocks around the area too, because obviously, if there are spiders in the place, it has to look ancient. So let's really go all in and make it look super abandoned. It's already starting to look like a spider cocoon or nest. Let me think of what else I can add. I'll place some redstone torches to make it scarier, a few iron bars all around, and some skeleton skulls in a few spots to make it look like, well, someone got taken out. And now that it's all done, I'm going to spawn 2 spiders in here, and all around the edge, I'll put invisible barriers so they can't escape. Well, the subscriber name I'm going to use for the spider will be Musami Kawajazai, and you're going to be Dodo RB. So yeah, now that the spider is finished, we've completed 3 mobs already, and the next one on our list is the orange color, which means we're getting close to the hardest one of them all, and it's going to be a squid. And this one's going to be difficult because since I'm feeling bold today, I'm going to turn the squid into a kraken. So, alright. let's go into the program so we can build that next. Alright, now I'm here with the squid in the program. It's really ugly, so I'm just going to delete it because now I'm actually going to make something from scratch. So now we're going to add a cube piece here so we can start creating those octopus tentacles. Then I add another piece here, a bigger one already rotated, a smaller one, another one, and a few more like this, just like that, until it finishes right about here. Done. Now I select all of it and duplicate it a bunch of times. 8, of course, since it has 8. After that, I'm going to add this base to make the head, then the first head part, and the second, and now I'll add a detail right here in the middle so it doesn't look so ugly. I add another rotated cube like this and one more on this part, finishing it off like this. Then I wrap up this part too, add a few cubes around the sides, and now let's build some teeth like this. Once that's done, I'll add a detail on the side of its head, so I'm placing a piece here and duplicating it to the other side. Now I'll make an eyebrow right here and an eye like this, and the same thing on the other side. And so it doesn't look too weird, I'll add a white outline around the eye, and there we go. Watching me make it, it didn't look too hard, but trust me, I really struggled to build this mob. But alright, now that our squid is finished, let's see how it looks in the game. And now, the squid is done. Look how it turned out underwater, and look at the size of this thing. Imagine running into something like this in Minecraft. But well, it turned out really big, so building a home for it will be a bit more tricky, but definitely not impossible. We can handle it. So, let's make a huge area here. Select everything like this and carve out the space like that. Once that's done, I'll add some details to make it look like an ocean zone and surround it with mountains like this. Then, I'll pour in some water right here and add soul lanterns to light things up. After that, I'll add a few more underwater details, and then I'll show you how it turned out. And now it's all ready, so let's spawn our squid. And look, the area fits perfectly. I even made it a bit too big. There's room for 2 in here, but instead of just placing 2 normal ones, I'm going to do something different. I'll turn this squid into a glow squid. Look how cute she looks now. But alright, let's place her inside here, and the names I'm giving the subscribers will be, this one is Murugan Natarajan, and you will be Razwolf. And well, now that our octopus is done, let's head to the final one, which is going to be the red block, and this one is a nightmare. This one's going to be the creeper. If a creeper already messes up our house just being normal, imagine if we turned it into an even better mob. But alright, I think instead of it exploding because of a TNT block, it's actually going to have a whole body made entirely of TNT. So here, I've got the creeper, and what we're going to do first is delete those legs because we're giving him brand new ones. So now, let's drop this lower section here and add a much stronger body like this, just like that. After that, I'm going to add a leg here, another piece on this side, a bigger one, and one more over here, because now he's going to have legs. And then we're giving him some strong arms here too, something around here like this. And now, we're going to build a chest plate on him like this, and add a few places where he can hold TNT blocks, with some spikes, and also these things here that I'm not exactly sure what they are. Now that I've done that, I'll place a TNT block here, and another one on this front part. And now that the creeper is done, I made this little animation for him where he walks and his heart pulses, right? It's full of TNT, and he also throws TNT to attack, and it disappears when he does. So yeah guys, our creeper turned out like this. Wow, honestly, I think this is one of the coolest mobs we made in this whole video, right alongside the pig. So go ahead and tell me what you thought of him down in the comments. Alright, now that the habitat has also been built, I want you all to leave 1,000 likes so we can start working on part 3 of this video. And now, the last subscriber name I'm going to add will be Jorge Niamonk, and that means every single one of the mob habitats is done. Let me know in the comments what score you'd give today's video. In this video, I'm going to evolve some mobs. Right here in front of me, I have 5 characters that I'm going to transform, and the first one will be the Ocelot, or the little kitty, if you prefer. So, to transform it, I first need to find one in Minecraft. And look, right in front of us we can already see an Ocelot. Now let me grab it before it runs away. Come back here. Ha, gotcha. I'll put it inside here before it escapes. Now, let's head over to the program to start transforming the Ocelot. Alright, I've got it right here, and the first thing I'm going to do is paint its entire body with this color. I want to make a simple little kitty. Now that I've done that, I'll move it over here, add a neck like this, place a cube here, another one over here, and slightly increase the size. Now I'll add a part for the paws and paint this section white. I'll place another cube here, rotate it a little, and position it at the bottom. Now I'll add a little space for its teeth. To make sure it doesn't look too square, I'll shrink this cube a bit, add another one right here, make it just a little smaller, and one more more at the back. Now let's adjust the tail. I'm going to come over here, increase the size, and then duplicate it and rotate it slightly. Now I'll add a little snout right here, rotating it like this. I also reworked the mouth and added some cute little ears. Next, I'll place a cube on the side, another one on top, and now for the eyes, I'll add one here, another one in the middle, and one more over here. To finish the face, I'll add an eyebrow on this side, and another one over here. Now let's start painting everything. This part will be white, this section too, and this is where the mouth will go. I'll also add some white details here, making sure to refine every part. And now, Minecraft finally has its very own kitty. Look how adorable it is. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the old Ocelot and the new kitty. And wow, it turned out so cute. Now let's create a special place for the kitty to stay. Cats love to play with things and climb on different spots, so I'm going to add some platforms for it to jump onto. I'll place some sand on the ground and use wool for the background. Then, up here, I'll add some red details to make it look nicer. I'll also place a little flower pot here, just in case it needs a bathroom. And over in this corner, I'll add a water bowl. Next, I'll create a food bowl so the kitty has something to eat. I'll even add a bit of cat food inside the bowl. Now let's bring the kitty in and let it enjoy its new home. There we go, it's all set. Feel free to explore, little kitty. As for the rating, I'd give this habitat a 6 out of 10 since it's pretty simple, just a cozy place for it to live. But the kitty itself, it's definitely getting a solid 9 out of 10. So the first transformation on our list is done, but we still have 4 more amazing mobs to evolve in this video. And the last one, I have no idea how I'm going to do it yet, because it's a zombie. So stick around until the end to see how that turns out. And up next is an animal that's a favorite for so many people. And next up, it's the dog. Now the Minecraft dog is already pretty cute, but we're going to transform it into an evolved mob, something even cooler. Right here in front of me, we've got some dogs, and I'm going to evolve this adorable little pup into something much more advanced. So, my idea for this transformation is to give it a bigger mouth, add some ears, and also improve its tail to make it look even better. I think I have a solid plan for this one, so let's head over to the 3D Blockbench program. Alright, I've got the little dog right here in the program, and the first thing I'm going to do is move its legs up just a bit. Now, I'll paint its eyes yellow like this, and I'll add a little black detail inside the eye to make it look sharper. Next, I'll add another cube to create an eyebrow right above the eye, then I'll duplicate it and place it on the other side. Now that that's done, I'll add one more cube on top and position it like this. I'll paint this part white and rotate it slightly. Now let's add a pupil inside the eye to give it more personality. After that, I'll duplicate a cube and bring it forward, rotating it in this way so that I can start shaping its mouth. Now that I have the shape, I'll add a nose right here and another part below to complete the structure. Next, I'll duplicate this cube and bring it down here. I'll paint the bottom section a bluish shade, then duplicate it upward like this and create its teeth. Now, it's time to give it stronger legs. I'll add an extra piece here at the bottom and increase its size, then I'll duplicate it for the other side, do the same thing for the back legs, and copy them over as well. Now let's move on to the ears. I'll make them bigger and shape them like this to make them stand out more. With that done, it's time for some texture details, and once everything is ready, I'll show you how it looks inside Minecraft. And here it is, the evolved wolf. I'll place it right next to the regular Minecraft dog for comparison, and wow, just look at the difference. Which one do you like better, the classic Minecraft dog or this new one that I created? I made it extra cute, just look at how it turned out. I even added an animation for when it walks, and when it stands still, it wags its tail. It's seriously adorable. Now let's make a space for it to live in. For this, I'm thinking of building a proper doghouse. To make it look like a real doghouse, I'll grab some brick blocks and build the walls like this. Then, I'll take these wooden blocks and place them on the sides. For the floor, I'll add some grass to give it a nice natural feel. Around the area, I'll place a fence to keep everything secure. And on the ground, I'll scatter a few bones, since, you know, it's a dog. To make it even more realistic, I'll add some patches of dirt as if it had been digging around. And I'll place some wooden planks of a different color to make it look like the dog has been chewing on them. And now I'll take the cat's food bowl and put one here for the dog too. And just like that, the doghouse is complete. Now let's bring the pup inside. Come on in, little dog. Enjoy your new home, my friend. And it really seems like it loves it. Just look at how happy it is. To make sure the dog doesn't disappear, I'm going to name it Kim Oldugum, which is the name of a subscriber who has been watching the channel since last year. Thank you so much for supporting me for so long. And remember, if you watch the channel and comment, you also have a chance to be featured in the video. As for the kitty, I'm going to name it Missoum, another awesome subscriber who watches the channel a lot. So, while we move on to the next mob, make sure to leave a comment for your chance to be part of the next episode. And next on our list is the GOAT. Wow, it already has a pretty cool design. So how am I supposed to make it even better? Right over there, we've got some goats. So for this evolved version, I think I'm going to give it bigger, stronger horns, a more detailed eye, and a sturdier body. I think I've got a plan, so let's get started. All right, I've got the goat loaded up in the program. So the first thing we're going to do is add a horn right here at the back, just like this. Now, I'll rotate another horn this way, shrink it just a little, and place it right here. With that done, I'm going to remove its current nose, and I'll add a brand new one in 3D. I'll paint it gray and add a small detail in the back to finish it off. Now I'll add a little extra detail to the nose right here. Next, I'll rotate this back section of the body slightly, add a smaller piece here, and now it's time to give it a tiny tail. With that done, I'm going to remove its current ears for now. Instead, I'll add a cube on the side like this, duplicate it for the other side, and then rotate them into place. Now, where the old nose was, I'll erase that as well, and I'll add a more detailed eye right here. With that done, I'll place a white cube here, add a little detail on the side, and build another part up top to create the new ears. Then I'll repeat the same process for the other side. Now it's really starting to take shape. Next, I'll take these legs and slightly increase their size. Then I'll duplicate them and move them up a bit. And now I'll add some extra 3D details to make them pop even more. With all the details done, I'm going to give the goat a little beard, and there we go. The evolved goat is complete. Now let's check out how it looks in the game. And wow, look at that difference. This is the original and this is the new version. You can clearly see that they don't even look the same anymore. Man, if Minecraft ever added an animal like this, it would be so awesome. I'm super excited to create its habitat next. For this one, I'm going to build a full-on snowy biome. So let's get started. First, let's bring it inside our zoo. I'll place it right here for now. Then, I'll grab some snow and completely cover the ground with it. In some spots, I'll pile up the snow a little higher. And you know what? I'll even let it spill outside the area for a more natural look. I'll keep filling in the space like this. Now, I'll raise the back area slightly, grab some grass blocks and place them here on the ground, and keep adding more texture to make it look more realistic. Next, I'll place ice blocks all around to give it that frozen feel. Now for some trees, I'll put a spruce tree right here, sprinkle some snow around it, and then build up some rocks for extra detail. I'll also add some water right here on the ground, then tint the floor to match a taiga biome. And now it's time to bring our new evolved goat into its home. Let's close it in with glass to make sure it stays safe. And to prevent it from disappearing, I'm going to name it Miguel Henriquez 4674, another awesome subscriber who's been watching the channel for over a year and always leaves comments. Huge thanks for all the support. So, what do you guys think? Which habitat has been your favorite so far? Because for me, this one is definitely my favorite. It absolutely deserves a 9 out of 10. And as for the goat itself, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It turned out so cool. And now, next on our list is the pig. Oh man, I'm really curious to see how we're going to evolve the pig, because right now, it's one of the weakest animals in Minecraft. So if I want to make something more realistic and detailed, I don't think it'll be too hard. But let's head into the program and find out. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is make the pig's snout a little bigger, and I'm also getting rid of these crossed eyes because, honestly, I'm not a big fan of that look. Even though it's the classic Minecraft style, I prefer something different. So, I'm going to add a brand new eye like this and paint it black. Now I'll create a new cube right here. Then, I'll duplicate it, place it up here, and rotate it like this. With that done, I'll add some stressed out eyebrows to give the pig a more intense look. I'll place a cube here, rotate it just like this, and duplicate it for the other side. Now I'll paint them to match the pig's color. For the legs, I'm going to reinforce them to look stronger and sturdier. I'll rotate one upwards like this, and repeat the process for the back legs. Then, I'll place a tiny cube here, shrink it down, and rotate it like this to give it a more organic look. Next, I'll rotate another cube, duplicate it, and place a smaller piece at the front. Now I'll paint this darker shade here to form the pig's new ears, and look at that, it's already starting to look way better. Now it's time to add the final details with paint, and then I'll show you guys how it looks inside Minecraft. Here we go. This is the regular Minecraft pig, and this is the new and improved pig that we created. Just look at how it walks. It looks so angry. It almost seems like a raging bull charging forward. All right, let's make these pigs fight each other to see who's stronger. Oh, wait. Poor little pigs, they don't even stand a chance. This evolved pig is way stronger than them, and the others aren't even fighting back. Yeah, we'd better move this guy to the zoo, because this is getting dangerous. For its habitat, I'm going to grab some podzol blocks and place them all over the ground. Then, I'll add mud blocks to give it a more swampy look. Next, I'll place some fences around the area to keep it contained. I'll also use a mod to plant carrots on the ground, and scatter hay bales around to make it feel more like a farm. To finish it off, I'll add some grass and flowers to bring the place to life. And now, let's bring our pig inside. Actually, let's add another one, so now we've got 2 of them. The habitat turned out really cool, honestly. It might even be one of the best ones we've made in this video. So I'm giving the habitat a 7 out of 10. And as for the pig itself, I'll rate it 8 out of 10. Now for the name, I'll choose one from a subscriber who watches a lot, and that's Marco. Now it's time for the last transformation on our list. But wait! Before we continue, I have an important message for you. Over 70% of the people who watch the channel don't leave a like, don't subscribe, and don't comment. So if you're watching right now, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and drop a like so you can have a chance to be featured in the next video. In fact, if you subscribe to this video and comment, "Forkin, I subscribed and left a like," then you'll have a chance to have your name placed on one of the next transformed mobs. 4 mobs down, 1 to go, and the final one on our list is the zombie. For this one, we need to wait for nighttime, so let's wait patiently. Trust me, I'll wait. Time set night. Moving on. Now, we just need to find a zombie around here. And look at that! What a crazy coincidence. A zombie just happened to appear right in front of me. So, what are we going to do with it? We're going to make it look way scarier. We're talking creepy, glowing eyes popping out of its head, a visible brain. Yeah, this thing is going to be seriously terrifying. But I have the perfect idea for how to evolve this zombie. Alright, I'm here with the zombie in the program, and the first thing I'm gonna do is erase this part in the back, then remove this lower section and replace it with a bone. Now, let's add some blood dripping down around it, just to make it even more creepy and terrifying. I'm also going to put a little blood over here on the side, so it looks like this zombie has been torn apart in battle. Next, I'll erase some parts around the leg, so it looks like the flesh is ripped open. And then, I'll add even more blood to make it extra spooky. Now I'll move this leg forward, shrink it down a bit, duplicate it for the lower part, and position it just like this. I'll also open up the bottom section to add another exposed bone, and of course some more blood splattered around it. Then I went ahead and added even more blood details throughout the body. Now, let's move on to the face. I'm going to take this eye and make it look way scarier. So I'll paint it yellow, then grab some red and add veins around the eye like this. I'll also add a blood splatter effect around it and some dark shading to create deep, creepy eye sockets. Oh, and of course, we need more blood dripping down here. Now let's raise up the upper jaw, and then for the lower jaw, I'll expand it downward. Next, I'll add some teeth here, paint this whole area blood red, and finally, I'll create a visible exposed brain at the top. Now that everything's done, let's see how it looks in the game, and boom, our zombie transformation is complete. I added a new detailed texture, some ripped clothing, and even an animation for when it spawns in. Here's how it looks standing still, here's how it looks walking, and here's its attack animation, where it literally leaps at your head like a true horror monster. Now, let's compare the old Minecraft zombie with our new one. And, holy, look at the difference. This thing is way scarier than the regular zombie. If it's your first time playing Minecraft, the default zombie is already kinda creepy. But imagine spawning into the world and seeing this thing coming after you. And now time for the ultimate zombie battle. So let's see who wins on Orakakaitho. Yeah, he completely destroyed the other zombie. Alright, time to bring this monster to its new home. For its habitat, I'm going to build a spooky graveyard. So I went ahead and built the entire zombie habitat, and now it's ready. Let's trap him inside, and boom, the zombie's lair is complete, and that's it. We transformed every mob in this video. But wait, now it's your turn. Comment below what name we should give to this terrifying zombie. In this video, I'm going to improve Minecraft mobs, like creating an upgraded version of this iron golem and even this chicken. To decide which one I'll transform first, I have these 5 blocks here, from the easiest color to the hardest. If I open the first one, the first mob I'm going to transform will be this chicken. So let's go to the 3D program to transform it. First, I'll save the body part, delete these legs, and start making larger legs. I'll add a cube and paint it orange. I'll add another part at the front, kind of like a claw, another one on this side, and one here. A smaller piece, another one, and one on the right side. I'll create claw-like structures this way, add another one here, and one more over here. Now I'll add the top part of the leg, another bigger piece, and another one on this side. Then, I'll remove these 3 drawings here and add a shape like this to make the foot claw. It turned out like this. I'll select everything and duplicate it to the other side, and add this part to the chicken's body. I'll add another piece at the back to make it look deeper, and rotate it right here. Then I'll add one more piece on top, and it's already taking shape. After that, I'll create the neck and add the chicken's head. I'll add more details to make it look cooler, and now create the beak. Add the bottom part of the beak, a cube here, another one there, and some extra pieces to make the details of the chicken. To make sure the eyes don't look too weird, I'll add some bits of red flesh around them, just like this, and I'll do the same thing on the other side too. Now we're going to make the chicken's wings. I'll pull a cube, duplicate it, and rotate it like this. I'll leave it right here. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and now I'll add lots of small cubes, all sliced up, just like this. You see? I'll repeat that on the other side, and finally, I'll make some details that look like feathers. So I'll erase the area around here and add feathers like this, just like this. And now look at the feathers on the chicken. I'll duplicate some parts and place them on the tail at the back, and there we have it. Our mutant chicken is done. How big do you think it's going to look in Minecraft? Let's go check it out right now. Right in front of us, we can already see the chicken. And guess what? It doesn't attack us at all, so much so that we can even ride it. But wait, it's also a mother chicken and can spawn baby chicks. And guess what? The babies are super aggressive. Oh no, look at them. They're trying to get me. Let me put on this armor or I'm going to die. Oh my gosh, they're taking away so much health. Climb this bridge, quickly. I need to figure out a way to get rid of these chicks. What is this? They're jumping right at me. Let's take them down, but I need to be careful because they're taking away a lot of health. Come on, we can do this. We have to take them down. Take this one too. There, we got them. And guess what? They have this super cool ability where they can glide just like a chicken, but they're way stronger. I really liked this chicken. It turned out super awesome, and we can even use it as a pet. Look at this. If I'm not mistaken, it's even faster than a horse. Let's test it out. I switched to creative mode, and I made this racetrack to check which is faster, my mutant chicken or the horse. As I already mentioned in another video, the horse is the fastest animal in Minecraft, capable of reaching 100 kilometers per hour. So the first thing I'm going to do is break this fence right here and see how long it takes to reach the other side. So let's go. Ready, set, go. Wow, in just 3 seconds I made it all the way to the end. That was so fast I can't believe it. Now let's put the mutant chicken back in place and test out the horse next. Alright, ready? On your marks, get set. And here goes the horse running as fast as it can. Look at that speed. But wait, 4 seconds? That's 1 second slower than the chicken. That's actually pretty surprising. The horse does have a really cool ability that the chicken doesn't have, and that's jumping. It can jump super high, which is something the chicken can't do at all. On the other hand, if I take the chicken up somewhere really high and then jump off with it, guess what? It can glide. That's right, it can glide safely down without taking any fall damage at all. Now, I'm a bit confused. I honestly don't know which one is better, the horse with its high jumps or the chicken with its gliding ability. What do you think? Which one would you rather have? Comment below and let me know. For me, I think I'd choose the chicken, just because it can glide and it's also 1 second faster than the horse in a race. But let me know what you think. For the final rating, I'm going to give this chicken a 9 out of 10. It's just so cool. And since I liked it so much, I'm going to give it a special name. It's going to be called Goober. I picked this name because it's the name of one of the subscribers who's been watching and commenting a lot on the videos here on the channel. So if you also want a chance to have your name featured in a video, just keep watching, liking, and commenting, and maybe you'll be next. Alright, now I'm going to lock Goober up safely in this pen, and it's time to move on to the next mob. The next one on the list is the yellow box. Let's see what's inside it. And it's the iron golem. Oh wow! But wait, he's already super strong. How in the world am I supposed to make him even bigger and better than he already is? Let's think. I've got an idea. What if I make his arms, his legs, and even his head much bigger and more intimidating? That might actually look really cool. Alright, let's go into the 3D modeling program and start working on it. First, I'll add a foot here, just like this. Then I'll duplicate it for the other side. Now I'll paint it with this lighter color, and I'll add a gradient effect around the edges to make it look even cooler and more detailed. I'll stretch it up a bit and make the feet thicker. Then I'll duplicate this top part and paint it gray. After that, I'll add another gradient effect to make it look even more high-tech. Now let's move up to the legs. I'll make them taller and bulkier. And I'll add extra armor plates all around them to make them look reinforced, and time for the arms. I'll rotate them outward a bit, make them thicker, and then add some joint details so they look more like robotic arms. Next, I'll add a hand right here, just like this. Then I'll duplicate it for the other side and add some fingers to make it look even cooler. And I almost forgot. I'm going to add some metal gloves on the hands so it looks like he's wearing battle armor. I'll also paint some details on the gloves to make them look more high-tech and futuristic. Alright, moving on to the body. I'll add some grass textures all around it, just like the original Iron Golem has. But I'm also going to make it look more mechanical by adding metal plates and panels here and there. And now, the coolest part, I'm going to give him a laser weapon. I'll build it into his arm, so it looks like he can fire beams of energy right out of his hand. First, I'll add a cylinder shape for the weapon. Then I'll paint it red and add some metal details around it to make it look like a blaster cannon. And next I'll add a futuristic eye right in the middle of his face, so he looks like a robot guardian. I'll even add a glow effect around the eye to make it look like it's powered up and ready to attack. And he's done. Look at this guy. He's massive and looks so intimidating. He's got huge arms, giant legs, and this insane laser cannon built right into his arm. And check this out, he's got animations too. He can stand still, walk around, punch enemies, and even fire lasers from his arm. This is definitely the most epic iron golem I've ever made. Alright, now let's take him into Minecraft and see how he looks in game. And there we have it. I just finished the transformation and we can already see him right there in front of us. Wait, what? It looks like he just threw a TNT at me. Oh no. He threw 3 dynamites at me all at once. I ended up dying to this iron golem. Alright, I'm back, and now I need to recover my items, but he's attacking me from really far away. I can't even properly show you what's happening. I had to dig underground just to escape him. But wow, no way. He's already here again. Run! I need to get my items back or I'm going to die again to this iron golem. Alright, there's my chest plate. Whew, I finally recovered my items, but I need to be super careful because this iron golem is extremely powerful. Let me climb up here. I'll have to try and attack him without being spotted. Let's go. I think he can't hear me. So, let's sneak up on this iron golem very carefully. Just look at the size of him. He's absolutely massive. Okay, I'm jumping in. Take this. Oh my gosh, he just threw 3 dynamites at once. Whoa! It looks like his own TNTs damaged him, and he ended up dying. I spawned this passive version of him so I could properly show you guys the design. Here's how he looks when he's standing still. This is his walking animation. He moves really slowly, kind of like a robot. And this is him attacking. He caused a lot of damage with those TNTs earlier. Here's his punching animation too, though. To be honest, I didn't have much time to test that one. And as you can see, he turned out really cool. I'm giving this design a solid 10 out of 10 because it's absolutely amazing. But we can't waste too much time. We need to move on to the next transformation. So let's see. Next up on our list is the blue-colored Piglin zombie. Oh wow, I'll have to go to the Nether to transform this one. Luckily, there's already a portal I built in another video where I transformed mobs into blocks, which was also a really fun video. I'll leave a link to that one at the end of this video for you guys to check out. Alright, let's head into the Nether. The Nether's already almost completely destroyed because of the powers I used in the last video. But now we need to find a Piglin. Right up ahead there's a normal Piglin, so we can transform it into the Piglin barbarian. Let's head to the editor program. I'm going to design him as a kind of fat Thor version with a giant hammer and a bulky, detailed body. First I'll paint him with this base color, then I'll add some small details with a mining style look. I'll remove his belt for now and space out his legs a bit more like this. I'll also stretch out his body to make him look bigger and bulkier. Next, I'll paint his legs and add a belt across his waist like this. I'll add another layer for his upper body and rotate his arms to pose him. I'll also add another block down here to make a ragged skirt. I'll detail it to match Minecraft's style, stretching out the belt a bit more. Now, I'll add a button-like detail to make it look like a golden belt. Let me grab the gold color and paint it in. I'll make his eyes bigger like this to give him a cuter but still tough appearance, and now it's starting to take shape. Next, I'll add a bracelet on this arm and another one made of netherite on the other. I'll attach some spikes here and start designing a chest plate for him. Finally, I'll create the Stormbreaker style hammer I mentioned earlier. I'll start with the head, add another piece here, then create the handle with 2 sections, one smaller and one longer. I'll add a cube for each side of the hammerhead and paint it brown. Once that's done, I'll use a lighter shade to add details around the edges. I'll finish the texture by layering more pieces here, extending the sides, and adding a top layer for extra detail. And there it is, the Piglin barbarian with his giant hammer. This is how he looks when standing still, how he moves while walking, and his attack animation, where he swings his hammer with force. Since he's a bit on the heavy side, he gives a powerful overhead strike like this. And he's done. Let's see how he looks in Minecraft. Alright, now I can finally see it. It looks like it can build an entire path made of magma cube. So let's go, we need to find a way to take down this pig. Come over here, just be really careful because it's shooting a lightning bolt at me, and that's really powerful. Wow, it's OP. It's building a magma cube bridge. This can't be happening. No, I can't believe it. This thing is so strong. Wow, I should have been a little more careful with my transformations. Go. At least now it's not attacking me with that lightning anymore because that really drains my health. Wow, at least it's not that strong, but okay, let's attack carefully. It can shoot that lightning any second, and that thing really takes a lot of health. I'll grab some blocks here so I don't run out of them, and here's the plan. I'm going to knock it down from up here. Let's do this. If I attack it from below, I think, wow. No, it hit me with the lightning. Careful. I need to figure out the sequence it's using to attack me with those lightning bolts. Here, I'm able to attack it without it hitting me. Take that. I'm smarter than you. Ah, it's blocking me. No, don't do that. This strategy isn't working too well. I think I'll go up behind it. Let's finish it off, all right? Let's place a block here, have some meat while it doesn't see me. And let's go. Let's attack from behind. Take that, you piglin. Take that. Ah, run, run, run. Wow, it has a lot of health because if it were a regular piglin, it would have died already. I'll place a block here, another one here. Let's do some parkour until we can take it down. Good thing it's not hitting me with that lightning because that's really strong. That axe it has, Thor style, gives it a lot of health. And we did it. And wow, now that I've taken it down, it looks like it dropped its axe. All right, let's grab it. What's its name? Storm Piglin. Look at that name. And does it give me any power? Let's see, here's the whole Piglin family. I'm not really in the mood to attack them, but it's what we have to do. Let's attack, and looks like it's not attacking, just shooting the lightning. Maybe it doesn't work in the netherworld, so let's head back to the normal world. Let's see. No, my little horse. The power shot a lightning bolt at my horse. No, we can't let this happen. No, get up here. My God, horsey, you almost died. That was so dangerous. All right, let's get out of here and head over there. There must be another animal to test, right? Because I don't want to kill my horses. Here's another horse. Let's see if we can take it down. I'll shoot. And looks like the lightning is always shooting in that direction. I don't know what's going on. Look at this. I think I didn't program this correctly. Now, let's try the last attempt. Let's attack this horse. And it's not spawning correctly. Look at that. It's spawning kind of to the side. Yeah, it kind of works, but I have to adjust the direction. But this big hammer here looks really cool though. Too bad I couldn't make the power work correctly. Right? I should have thought carefully about each block I'm using for the transformation because it's not turning. If I attack that way, it goes this way. If I attack this way, it goes this way too. So that's it, let's move on to the next one. And the rating I give this one, since it turned out so well, I want you all to decide. What rating do you think this mutant zombie piglin deserves? I don't know. Comment below what you think, and the next color is an even harder one, which will be the color orange. It's close to red, which is the hardest mob we're going to transform. So let's see. The color orange will be Partin. Oh, it's going to be a sardine. I can't believe it. How am I going to transform a sardine? That's literally this. Into a strong creature? I don't know. Let me first look for a sardine here in the water. Sardine, where are you? I'm not seeing any sardines, but this fish here will do. All right, let's take it down. And now, I can even turn into a sardine. But all right, let's head to the transformation program. I think I'll make a version kind of like Gyarados. That's a really cool Pokemon, and it's a fish evolution, so I think it's going to work. And the next one we're going to transform is this salmon right here. I'm going to turn it into something like a Komodo dragon, just like you're seeing in the image. So for now, I'm going to delete all these little parts of it, and I'll start by adding a cube like this. One more part on top, another one here, and now I'm going to duplicate a cube and another one on this side. I'll keep rotating it to sort of shape the Komodo dragon's body, then duplicate several times like this. And done. After that, we'll add the salmon's face, so I remodeled it and added it like this. Done. I'll add those things the salmon has around it and make sort of its eye. I'll paint this part here white. I'll add a tilted cube on the left, another part up here, one more, a bigger one, and another one up here. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and I'll add one more cube here like this to add more detail, and the same thing here. Done. It's already starting to look like a Komodo dragon. So I'll add a little mustache like this to make a Chinese-style mustache. Select everything, duplicate to the other side, and to make it better and not too simple, I'll add some pieces around here to keep the salmon's colors. So add these here, kind of like spikes, and it's 100% done. It's going to be a mob that stays in the water. So for that, I made this animation, where it stays still, swims, and attacks. So let's see how it turned out in Minecraft. And it's done. Here in front, I can already see it. And the sardine turned out really cool, but for this one, I made something simpler. We can just move really fast, over the water and also underwater, but I don't know how to make it go deeper underwater. Anyway, it turned out really cool. Look at this. It's a shame it can only stay in the water, but it's really fast, and that's really cool. So let's leave it parked here, and let's move on to the last one. And the rating I'll give it is also 7 out of 10. It turned out really good, but this animation here, it bugs out when I'm writing it. So let's move on to the next one. Man, I need to make a zoo for these animals, so they don't stay loose. And the last one on our list is the pufferfish. Look at how tiny it is when it's not transformed, right? Because when it transforms, it deals damage to us. So let's go into the water with our little buddy and look for a pufferfish. Let's head this way over here. It should be closer to the shore by the beaches. Let's see, let's dive in and see if we can spot a pufferfish. And look at that, this seems to be a pufferfish. Look how this thing grows. I forgot this thing deals a lot of damage. So let's take down this pufferfish, and let's go transform it in the program. I'm going to turn it into a giant version of a pufferfish. So I'll delete everything because I want to start from scratch. And I'll add a cube like this, already yellow. Another part around it to round it out, and now after that, I'll add some green spikes around it. Select everything and duplicate it to this side, and do the same thing on top, just like this. And now this yellow part, I'll add kind of a body this, just like this here. With a darker pencil, I'll smooth it out around the edges. And this is how it looks. So I'll add a cube here. Another one in this part, and one more here. I'm kind of making a mouth for it. Finish up this side, and finally one last cube here. It's already starting to look like a giant pufferfish. I'll grab a black pencil, lower the opacity a lot, and draw around it to give sort of a texture to its mouth, just like this. Done. Now I'll add a little detail to its mouth and add some teeth around it. Finish it like this. And now let's make its eye. So I'll add a white cube here, another one on this side, and to make it more detailed, I'll add an eyebrow. Another piece to finish it off, select everything, duplicate it to the other side, and finally I'll add one more part for the eye here, and another one like this. Wow, it looks completely different, and it seems way scarier. This is going to be its walking animation. It kind of jumps toward you, and it sort of expands and explodes. Right here in front, we can already see this pufferfish. So let's go. We need to take it down. Let's see if it's strong. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It poisoned me. Oh my gosh, it's draining so much health. I'm down to half a heart. Careful, careful. I need to figure out a strategy to take it down. Because I'm almost out of blocks, I only have half a heart left. What is this? It's so strong, it keeps poisoning me. The pufferfish finished me off. But anyway, I transformed all the mobs. In this video, I'm going to transform mobs into mutants. Since the monsters I'm creating are extremely scary, I'll build a secure base for each one. Right in front of us, we have these horses, which will be the first mobs we mutate. So let's head over to the program. I already have an idea of what to do. Now I'm in the program, and my plan is to transform this horse into something resembling Pegasus, the mythical winged horse. I want to give it a powerful, godlike appearance. To start, I'll paint the entire body with this brown color, aiming to make it look like a netherite horse. After that, I'll move the body forward a bit and add detailed textures to enhance its look. Next, I'll restructure the horse to make it appear stronger. I'll add a larger body structure and create an open mouth underneath. I've added more details, making the horse's body look like this. Now, I'll place small stones around it to simulate electricity or some futuristic energy, emphasizing that it's a high-tech horse. Then I'll add a small stone on top to represent some advanced technology. I'll place an eye here for the horse and add cubes on both sides for its ears. After that, I'll add a flaming crest and a tail. With the horse's proportions set, I'll duplicate a cube to create a wing like this. I'll add some fiery elements and make a larger section on this side to complete the wings. The horse will have this movement for walking, it will also be able to fly, and it will have this animation for attacking. Let's see how it looks in the game. I've created the new horse, and here it is in Minecraft, the new Pegasus. Look at how gigantic it is. It's really cool because you can also fly on it. That's right, it's a flying horse, which is absolutely amazing. Now I need to create a habitat for our horse to live in. So comment below what rating you would give to Pegasus and whether you'd like to have it in Minecraft. I'm going to do some really insane things in this video, so stay tuned. Now let's build a place for it to live. Let's take it with us, and now that I'm here, I'll create the habitat for it. Given its colors, I'll use netherite blocks and similar ones to build its home. I'll gather some nether blocks and also some basalt blocks. I'll use these blocks to create the floor. Now that I've done that, I'll paint here to add some details. In certain spots, I'll set up some fire to spawn, like this. After that, I'll place some fences around to prevent it from escaping, especially since it can fly. I'll also need to secure the top. I surrounded the entire area with fences and added some dead plants for decoration. Once that's done, I'll cover the top with glass to prevent it from escaping, considering its ability to fly. Now that it's ready, let's spawn 2 of them here. I'll name one after a subscriber who always comments on the channel, AnthonyJS8489. The other subscriber I'll name is Yahra Ayad. So comment below what rating you give to our horses. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because there's even crazier stuff coming up in this video. I'm arriving at a temple because the next one on our list is the Elder Guardian, and I'm going to transform it into something resembling a Leviathan. So let's head over to the program to create it. I'm already in the program with the Elder Guardian, and I'm going to transform it into one of the largest sea monsters, the Leviathan. So we're going to create a giant creature with a long tail, or something similar. First, I'll remove all these parts from its body, including the back fin, leaving it like this. I'll also remove this part of its face, resulting in something like this. Now, I'll start shaping the body to resemble a snake, rotating several cubes to form a detailed design, somewhat like an anaconda. I'll keep adding cubes to build its shape. I've also designed a new head resembling a serpent to make it more similar to the Leviathan. I won't keep the Elder Guardian's original color. Instead, I'll make a mutant version with a strong blue hue. I'll paint it with this obsidian color and add a creepy eye around it. Next, I'll add a contour around the eye to give it a 3D appearance on both sides. I'll place a horn here, another on this side to maintain the Elder Guardian's blue part, and a smaller one to finish. I'll repeat the same on the other side, duplicating it to the left and right. This mob is already looking insane. In this video, you'll see me create the most insane mobs on the channel, so stay tuned. Now I'll add a tooth and another piece on the side, also on top and the other side. Then I'll add some power runes on its side. Since it shouldn't just look like a snake, it needs fins to swim in the water. I'll take a cube, resize it, and place it here to create the fin detail. I'll build a fin like this just by resizing, and the first fin is done. Now I'll make one on the left side, another on this side, and one on top, and another on the right side. After that, I'll start adding some details to its horn, and also some leaf-like details on its side. I've added all the details, and the model is complete. Now, I'll paint these parts blue, which will look really cool and add a sensational detail. I'll finish painting everything and show you how it turned out. It's done, folks. I've added some runes around it to make it look like a futuristic creature. This mob took a lot of work. It's very detailed and looks amazing. Here's how its swimming animation will be, and this is its attack animation. It will stay like this in the water, as if it's staring at you. So, let's go to the game to see it. I'm back in Minecraft, and you can already see its tail. Wow, it applied the fatigue effect on me. Now we have a small problem. Let me craft a workbench. Now I'll make a door to recover my air. Let's see. Wow, it's really scary. I made it small. Imagine if I had made it larger. Do you prefer it at this normal size, or should I have made it smaller? Comment below. Let's try to defeat it. Ouch, it's really strong. No, don't finish me off, Dodge. Come on, good. At least it's still an Elder Guardian in the end, right? Wow, I'm down to 1 health point. Even as an Elder Guardian, it's making me very weak. Yeah, I died to it. But comment below what you think. Now next to the Pegasus habitat, let's create its habitat. Let's make a path here, and I've already selected the blocks. I'll use this ice block, this snow block, and all these to create its habitat because it needs to look very powerful while maintaining the Elder Guardian's details. Now, I'll dig a hole of this size, maybe a bit larger since it's not a small character. Let's increase the size significantly. After digging, I'll paint the entire floor like this, adding details all around the inside. Then I'll place some ice around like this, fill everything with water, add some sea pickles and corals with these colors, and place some lights at the bottom. I've added all the details and the habitat looks like this. Let's spawn an Elder Guardian here and another one back here. Wow, this mob turned out really insane. The subscriber name I'll assign is Vicky Sanderson, and the other will be DJ CookFan88. So, comment below what rating you give to the Leviathan and its habitat. For me, it's a solid 10. It's definitely the best mob I've ever created on this channel. If you enjoyed it too, leave a like on the video. I'm arriving at the Pillager outpost to find the next mob. And no, you might think we're going to evolve the Pillager, but that's not who we're here to evolve. Instead, it's the one these scoundrels capture, one of the most useless yet cutest mobs in Minecraft, the Allay. So, let's go to the program to transform it into a futuristic ghost. So while I'm here with the Allay, what we're going to do for now is delete his wings. Once that's done, we're going to enlarge his head like this. Paint it blue, but not a very dark blue, because I want to make it kind of like an invisible color. So I'm going to take it and make it kind of transparent like this. Once that's done, I'm going to add a few more little cube pieces up here, so we can place them here to make a more 3D head, and add a neck for him like this. Once that's done, I'm going to add another piece here to be the part of his body, another smaller one below and increase the size. Now I'm going to make another bigger one here, and increase it to really be his body. So well, let's move this up here and shrink this like this, because I want to make it kind of like a ghost, so he's going to come here, and it's kind of like a tail coming out the back. So well, let's add it here like this, more or less like this, D shape, and I'll create a neck here underneath. Then add another cube for the upper body, and a smaller one underneath it, making sure to stretch it a little for shape. I'll place a larger one below for the main part of the torso. I'll move all of that upwards slightly and taper it off toward the bottom because I want to make this look more like a ghost. So now, I'll go ahead and add a ghostly tail flowing behind him like this. I'll also place an invisible cube behind his back, and around that, I'll create lightning-like wings, kind of a stormy energy effect that looks like futuristic wings. Once that's done, I'll duplicate that entire effect and place it above. Then I'll mirror it to the other side. Next, I'm going to grab a big brush and paint a circular shape here for the eyes. And to finish the design, I gave him a full technological-looking body. He'll have a flying animation and an attack animation where kind of strikes forward in the air, an idle animation. So now I'm back here in Minecraft with the normal Allay. But now I pressed a button that updated the game, and it just reloaded all the textures. And look at this, the new Allay is here. He's way bigger than the regular one, and I honestly really like how he turned out. Let me know what you think of this futuristic ghost version I made. It's super cool how he's actually transparent. I can literally see the desert behind him through his body. Alright, now it's time to build the perfect habitat for this Allay to live in. First, I'll dig out a large area. Then I'll place a solid base layer that's going to be part of the decoration. Once that's done, I'm going to use amethyst blocks to line the sides, kind of forming a mystical halo around him. I'll also add some crystals around the area and include some glowing amethysts as well. For lighting, I'm going to use sea lanterns to give it a more futuristic atmosphere. I'll place some stripped logs here as well to create more natural decorations and a nice pathway going all around the area. This really feels like a magical, futuristic home for him. Now, let's spawn 3 Allays right in the center, and the names I'm giving them are going to be from some awesome subscribers. The first Allay will be named Jake Tumbra, the second will be Angela Jacob, and the third one will be Contos Nocturnos. So, if you want to be part of the next video, all you have to do is leave a like, subscribe, and comment below which character from today's video you liked the most. Before we move on to the next mob, I'm going to give this area, and the Allays, a solid 8 out of 10. I think it turned out amazing. Alright everyone, now I'm arriving at a deep dark biome, because the next mob we're going to transform is located somewhere around here. Let's see. I'm going to need to make a lot of noise. There we go. I already found the first one, so let's activate it. And whoa, everything just went dark. Let's see, that's the second one. Only one more to go, and then we'll be able to spawn the character I'm going to be transforming, and you probably already know who it is. Okay, I've made enough noise. I think he's about to spawn. Whoa, that scared me. I totally forgot that I had already transformed Doy the Doman from Poppy Playtime into the Warden. Let me just reset that real quick. There we go. The regular Warden is back. Man, that really gave me a fright. Now, let's head over to the program to transform the Warden. I grabbed 2 blocks of Skulk and also a Catalyst block. Then I got started. I added some new shapes to form his legs, all 4 of them. Then I built out the torso and added some structures on top so I could create a special effect later on. I also gave him a tail and started crafting the head, adding tons of tiny little details. Once the top part was done, I duplicated the structure for the lower half. Then I added some horns to his head, some scale-like textures on the back, and spiky features. I even placed another horn beneath him and used amethyst shards for extra glow, and now he's done. I made 3 animations, one for walking, one for attacking, and another for when he's standing still. Now it's time to see what this new Warden looks like inside the game. And wow, let me show you guys up close just how awesome the new Warden looks. Check this out. Let me know what you think. Is he better than the original Minecraft Warden? Because in my opinion, this one looks way cooler. He's terrifying. He even looks like a dragon or something, as if he evolved into a way more powerful version of himself. So since the Warden is such a massive creature, we're going to need to dig out a gigantic area to build his new habitat. I'll start by designing the outer edges using this darker color palette to match his new form. Then I'll add some decorative blocks around the ground and place a few scattered leaves just like this. After that, I'll lay down some skulk veins along the sides and put in a few azalea leaves to give the space more depth. And finally, I'll seal everything off with a layer of black glass above the whole area. Now let's spawn in our 2 Wardens here, and that's it. The habitat is complete. I even added extra leaf details and some cool textures on the ground. The entire space feels like some ancient prehistoric zone, and for their names, the first Warden will be named KJ749, and the second will be Jade Vincent Orogo. Both are awesome subscribers. Alright then, now it's time for the final transformation. I'm digging straight down right now because I'm searching for a stronghold. Oh nice, I've already made it. Now I just need to find the portal. Alright, let's place these Eyes of Ender, and now I'm heading straight into the end. And here in the end, we always find the Ender Dragon. Yep, the strongest mob in all of Minecraft. And that's the one we're going to transform today. But instead of showing the whole building process, I'm just going to show you how it turned out in-game. I'm going to reload my game so the new textures take effect, and now, instead of finding the regular Ender Dragon, take a look at what the new Ender Dragon looks like. I'm switching over to survival mode so we can see him in action, and you're going to notice something right away. Oh no, here he comes. He's incredibly powerful. The second he spots us, he starts charging straight at us. Look at this. Oh wow. He is extremely strong. You saw what just happened. He absolutely destroyed me in just a few seconds. Now, I'm not going to build a habitat for him, because as most of you know, the Ender Dragon destroys everything around him. So I'm going to need your help in the comments. Tell me, which mob should I evolve next for part 3? If you watched this far, comment Mutant Ender Dragon down below, and make sure to check out the awesome video that's showing up on your screen right now.